Game 6 of the NLCS, and if we win this game, we are going to the World Series. Dylan Cease takes on Shohei Ohtani. We have the Dodgers facing elimination with a 3-2 series lead, as the rest of this series will be played in LA. We've done a great job in this series of putting us in this situation, and now we've got to win one more game. The games in this series have mostly been very close. And can this be the game we finally defeat the Dodgers and move on to the World Series? Let's play some baseball, everybody. Shohei Ohtani takes the mound. 105 whip, 2.7 ERA. Geraldo Perdomo will get us started under the lights. Ohtani last pitched in Game 1. We've got the same matchup. It's popped up by Geraldo Perdomo, and Mookie Betts will make the play. Ohtani took the loss, pitching 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, striking out 7. That was a 3-2 game that we nearly blew in the end. One thing we've been able to do is create sizable leads going into the late innings, so that we can give up a couple and still be okay. But the Dodgers have scored in those situations. Nolan Gorman at the plate. We know how big he's been throughout the series, just becoming a superstar as the years pass. And Ohtani finally gets a strike. Gorman hitting .290 with 4 homers in the postseason. On the ground and picked at second. And the play is made. And Brandon Marsh unloads deep to left center. The Cardinals take a 1-0 lead in the first. We want our lefties to crush any mistakes Shohei makes, and that was a big one. Second homer of the postseason, and St. Louis takes the early lead. It was a slurve, top of the zone, and Brandon Marsh gets all of it. 423 feet. The batting champion has not slowed down, hitting .419 in the postseason. He might be the postseason batting champion while he's at it. Oh, could not hold back on that slurve. Much better spot for Ohtani. But we're on the board. Can Dylan Cease keep it up? He's had 2 shutout starts so far. 5 2/3 last time out against the Dodgers. Only allowed 2 hits. And Jordan Westburg is healthy for this game. He's essentially missed the last 2 with injury. Trey Sweeney played instead. So I think it's big for the Dodgers to have him back. Just not have a bench player at the top of their batting order. But in his start so far, Cease has had really strong command of all of his pitches, and the fastball's been outstanding. It's been a swing and miss pitch on the edges. Soft grounder towards Mason Wynn. 1 away. Brendan Rodgers at the plate and quickly falling behind. The curveball is lined into right, and Rodgers continues to find extra base hits. A curveball that didn't stay down, a 1-out double. And here is Shohei Ohtani, who not only is pitching today, but is hitting .080. Has not had a great postseason, but one big swing could dramatically alter the series. Outside on the 2-0 fastball. 96 and in there, trying to come back in this at-bat. Change up in a good spot, fouled off. And the 3-2 curveball got him. Shohei swings and misses. Betts has hit well, hitting over 300 too with runners in scoring position. We got him 2-2. Curveball got him. Swung on and missed. That pitch, when it's on, is so good. Daryl Moreno hitting 194. Another great slurve from Ohtani. Definitely want to keep up what we did the last game. I worked some more counts, was a little more patient early in the at-bat. This one runs inside and hits Moreno. And we continue to have Luis Roberts hitting a little bit higher in this game and last. He's only hitting 179, but there has been some extra base hits, and the lefties have just not been great outside of last game, ironically. 2-0. Thought about it. A drive to left field, crushed by Robert, deep into the night. It's a 2-run homer, 113 off the bat. 454 feet. The crowd chanting, throw it back. From all the way back there where it landed, you might hit somebody. Robert and Moreno are two guys in this series who have not been consistent, but their hits have mattered in a big way. A lot of extra base hits from this team. What a start. It's 3-0. Trying to punch our ticket. Jumping on the cutter is Donovan, but we've seen this time and time again in this run. Really good pitches in the plate are just not really getting punished by him. The slurve is still a tough pitch to handle. Shohei picks up strikeout number 2. Mason Wynn under the slurve, and that will be Betts' play to make. But a 3-0 start, 2 homers off of Ohtani. Just what we hoped we'd see. And now we just need Dylan Cease to settle in like he has time and time again. Bobbled and recovered by Perdomo. 1 gone. For whatever reason, we've seen a lot of plays not made cleanly by Perdomo. Like 4 or 5 instances in this game, whether it's just transferring the ball, trying to turn a double play, or a grounder hit at him. It's just been kind of strange when the ball's hitting his direction. The 0-2 to Will Smith is low. This is often where I've used the fastball more than a lot of other pitchers. Donovan on the grounder. Softly tosses it across. In the air to Brandon Marsh. And he'll make the catch. It's a 1-2-3 second. A successful trip through the order. We get 3 runs, 2 homers. That's to right center. Squared up the fastball, but 76 off the bat. Here is Nolan Gorman, and ahead 2-1. Spiking the slurve. It's 3-1. And not even close. Gorman walks. Marsh is 6 for 19 in the NLCS. I think what's so fun about this run is that the players I brought in to try and be the difference for us, I think have done that. You look at the play of Marsh and Contreras. We look at the bullpen and Alexis Diaz nailing down some saves, although they haven't really been simple ones. Just adding depth to the bullpen in general has made that unit deeper and stronger. Helsley's now getting some different innings, and he's been great in this series. So it's not even just those new players, but it's how those new players have affected the total construction of the team. In the air to right, and that one's going to be caught. And speaking of one of those big additions, William Contreras, he already has 10 NLCS hits. You really got to be ready for one of 2 things, either the slurve, which is tough, or the fastball. And after back-to-back fastballs, I have a feeling we're going off speed with this pitch. And it's just off the plate. And it was not off speed. 8 RBIs for Daryl Moreno. That's big. jammed into right. And that'll be Shohei's first 0 of the game. That could be played by Nootbaar. He'll travel into foul territory. It's too far. The 0-2 is lined. Robert coming in. Plays it on a bounce. I'm not diving for that ball. Bouncing to Contreras, who recovers and did not throw him out. Pages into scoring position. A drive to right. Towards the pole, and foul by 1.7 feet. Rowdy Tellez just missed it. But he could still contribute to the inning. Over the top, that changeup is nasty. He's not getting another fastball. But he will walk on the curve, 2-on, nobody out. Grounded. We're going to go to second for 1. Double play on Jordan Westberg. There was a part of my brain that wanted me to go to third and try to turn an NLCS triple play. But that wouldn't have worked, would it? Ground ball, Mason Wynn. Drew the swing on the slider away, and we're out of trouble. Wow, that one just hit Luis Roberts. That's his second hit batter of the game. He's given up 2 homers as well. We're top 4. And that's inside to Donovan. Falling behind, 1-2. Out in front, good slurve. Nootbaar smoked it to Tellez. He has the double play. That's a big break for Shohei. It quickens the inning. Shohei hitting bottom 4. Big call on the strike. Haven't been throwing the slider much to lefties today. Let's break it out here, 1-2. And it wasn't bad. Fastball crushed right center field. And Shohei Ohtani is on the board with his first postseason home run. I tried to throw that one up and away. Where did that end up? It had to have caught more of the plate. Yeah, a little more in towards middle of the plate. So the Dodgers have won. 2-run game. And now a blast from Betts. And this game is getting flipped on its head. The Stars have come out for the Dodgers. And we have a 1-run game suddenly. That time the slider to Mookie Betts. That looks pretty centered. Now need to settle things down as Cease has given up runs 1 and 2 of his postseason. But getting ahead of Outman's big. And he strikes them out. That's 1. A drive to the gap in right center. Another long run. Extra bases. Bounces off the wall. It's a 1-out double. And we've got to look to get someone ready in the bullpen. That's 3 pitches crushed in this inning. We'll have Mason Miller getting ready to come in. They really didn't do anything the first 3 frames. And now Dodgers feeling like their backs are against the wall. Having a really big inning. That changeup is so much fun to throw too. It just drops right in. The 2-2 gets away from Contreras. Tying runs 90 feet away. Upstairs to Varsho, first and third. Maybe a good time for a mound visit then. 60 pitches in for Cease. Probably good to get a lefty up as well, especially if we can get Pages. Because then I could get a matchup if I want. So a key at-bat suddenly for Andy Pages. And he taps the curveball foul. We'll take a strikeout. We'll take a double play ball. 1-2. Just off the plate. Now the fastball inside is lifted to Marsh. And he's going to let this one fly home. Tagging up and in safely. Will Smith ties the game. Tellez popped up. We catch a break there. But we essentially have a brand new ball game. Mason Wynn flips it up into left again. He's gotten some of the best pitches to hit, I feel. That one a bit early on the swing. So Shohei gives up 2 homers first trip through the order, but a pretty clean second trip. And I'm sure he'll go a couple more frames if we don't start to produce. It's high. And now Ohtani has to face Gorman a third time as his energy dwindles. Good slurve. And he's pitching Gorman very carefully. The count is 3-1. Another walk. 2 in a row. Brandon Marsh at the plate with 96 batting clutch. 95, that was right down the middle. Another full count with the batting champ on deck. Got him on the fastball. Huge strikeout. The timing on that felt fine. Just late. Couldn't even get a piece of it. So the inning's up to Contreras, who sends one to right center, and it's playable. Meanwhile, we are making a move with Mason Miller, as Cease had a really rough inning. And I just like the strength of this bullpen a lot. 3 different players hitting it hard for hits. Tellez almost had a home run. That's enough warning signs to me. Wow. One of the luckiest strike calls I think I've gotten all series. Rolled over softly. Perdomo, 1 gone. There's a Let's Go Dodgers chant that I mistook for a Let's Go Rogers chant. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But, you know, they're probably cheering on the team. 3-1. And the slider taken. I like to overpower in these full counts. Miller has it lined to Marsh. And Shohei started the LA rally. And he's pitched better since the first 2 innings. So they allowed Ohtani to pitch through some struggles, but those were very early. I think seeing some big hits given up in the 4th is a bit different. And Ohtani takes strike 3 looking. And the Dodgers will dip into their bullpen with Maddox Bruns. So the starters are out. And a lefty now in, facing Marino. And Darrow lines one to center. It is in. Our 3rd hit of the game and our first non-home run. This is where we were seeing teams bring in lefties to face Donovan and Nootbaar. Base hit for Robert. That's 2 in a row. And speaking of Donovan now, I think it's time to look at getting this bunt down. And we'll see if they challenge Roberts and his speed. Ooh, I did hold back in time. I'm surprised I did. That's down. The play is to first. 2 on, 1 gone for Lars Nootbaar. Gotta put this in play. Gotta make this swing count. In the air. Marino is set up, and that's not one he can tag on. When he got on base, I started thinking about Victor Scott. We don't have a lot of guys that can play first. And now it's Mason Wynn, who at least has the platoon advantage. Mason Wynn clobbers it foul. In the air to right. That is going to be easily caught. And we leave 2 in scoring position. I have Ryan Fernandez getting warm. I've not been trusting Yenier Cano lately. And I'm trying to save some of our better relievers for a little bit later in the game. If Miller can get through the heart of this order, could see Fernandez come in to face the bottom. But Betts is going to have extra bases, leading off the home half of the 6th. And now we're going to have JoJo Romero come in. He's not fully rested, but I want to go with a fresh pitcher and one of our best. Big pitch there to James Outman. 2-2. And grounded past a diving Donovan. Betts to third and held there. 1st and 3rd, nobody out for LA. Foul. Big 2-2 count here on Will Smith. JoJo. Got him on the cutter. And there's one. Dalton Varsho next. Varsho has decent speed, so he could beat out a double play ball. And it won't be required. Base hits. And the Dodgers have their first lead of Game 6. Now we've got to limit the lead, and a grounder from Pages gives us a big double play. But we've got to get a run back now. We have a full count on Geraldo Perdomo, top 7. And a great fastball for strike 3. Gorman's had a quiet game. 0 for 1 with a walk. That is too early. And that is hooked deep to right field, but not going to leave the park. We're getting ahead in a lot of these counts. If we get a good pitch, though, we've got to crush it. 3-1 on Marsh. And that's what we're going to have with a really inconsistent strike zone throughout this game. And Contreras belts one in the air to left center. It'll stay in the park. Was not hit all that hard, honestly. 89 off the bat. Matthew Liberatore is going to be our next pitcher in. I still have Fernandez getting warm, but I don't know now if he'll actually see action. Ground ball. How big has Rowdy Tellez been in this series? I'm trying to pull off that out we all used to get on the PS2. Are you stealing with Rowdy? They put a hit and run on there. Not this time, as Westberg will keep the at-bat alive. And it's hit to win. Good feed to Perdomo, double play. Rogers strikes out, and we've played 7. Jose Soriano enters for Los Angeles. He's pitched 3 innings in the postseason. Here's the dilemma we're in right now. It's hard to determine who I want to face. Ohtani Betts Outman in the 8th inning. I have Liberatore, who could probably go a bit longer, and maybe he's our best option over anybody that's available. Diaz, you don't want to use him in a game here if you don't have the lead. And they're the ones facing elimination, not us. And I don't think putting Fernandez in there is necessarily better than pitching Liberator. Soriano strikes out Daryl Moreno. That was our best pitch to hit so far. Soriano, again 0-2. Strike 3. I can't believe how well he's pitching this inning. And then he hits Donovan. His only really bad pitch so far. It extends the inning for Nootbaar, who's only 2 for 23 in the NLCS. Grounded up the middle and through. Donovan on second. And that's going to extend the inning with the most obvious of pinch hit spots. Here's the situation. I want Schwarber to hit for win. Obviously, Scott running for Donovan would be great. But then we're down an infielder. So I feel we need to keep Donovan in the game. And Kyle Schwarber has already delivered 2 pinch hit home runs in this postseason. He has 4 RBIs, and one swing could change the entire series. Starts him low, ball 1. Grounded. It's going to be Smith's play. Can't believe I swung at that pitch. That is awful. Soriano's the toughest pitcher I've faced in this game. I really did not see things well against him. So we get Ohtani out on 1. Donovan picks up the Mookie Betts ground ball. That's out. Slow roller. Tommy Troy tracks it down. It's a very quick home half of the 8th. And we'll have the top of our order in the 9th with Game 6 on the line. And Evan Phillips trying to force a Game 7. Geraldo Perdomo will start things. And as we saw Soriano do so well, really good. First pitch strikes low in the zone. Tried to get on top of that curveball there, and it's 0-2. It's lined to second base. 1 gone. 2 walks for Nolan Gorman. 0 for 2 otherwise. Here's our best chance. Taken low. Got one up. Swung on and missed. Hard to not jump on that pitch. And that one is crushed. He's done it. Nolan Gorman. It's a tie game. Evan Phillips has blown the save again. 4 apiece. Got the breaking ball a second time, and this was the one to unload on. Can we get one more? Brandon Marsh. Under it and popped up. And the Dodgers will have 2 gone. So who gets the 9th inning then? I'm thinking maybe Diaz would get the 10th inning. This is so tough because I would prefer Diaz to face different part of the order. But they're not the ones up in the 9th. Strike 1 on Contreras. Looks like the Dodgers will be looking to get a lefty in the game if it goes to extras. Under this one is the champion. And that's going to send us to the bottom of the 9th. But thanks to Nolan Gorman, there is a bottom half. And I've decided to put in Yenier Cano in this spot. Have I trusted him? Not really. 2-2 on Will Smith, the leadoff man. Cano does not have that same swing and miss stuff. The 2-2 again is lifted. Nootbaar has to get to that. And he'll have the time. He makes the catch. Varsho. Deep to left. But Marsh is there. The batter is Andy Pajes. Cano falling behind with a dangerous hitter on deck. Strike 2. And a walk is drawn. Gotta admit, I don't love facing Tellez here. Runner goes. Contreras should have him and does. We go to extra innings for the second time in the NLCS. 15 innings a few games ago. We won that matchup. And now we play into the 10th, and Phillips is staying in the game. So they are not going to the lefties with Marino and then Robert. We could see a change mid-inning. But we're playing this knowing it's a 7-game series, knowing they're the ones facing elimination. So right now they're using their closer, and he's set up to pitch multiple innings. Hurts his chances of being fresh for Game 7, should it happen. But they're hoping he can be the reason they get there still. That was a good opportunity. These guys just aren't throwing balls. A lot of 2-strike counts. Off the plate. Chasing for strike 3. 2 gone for Brendan Donovan. As Phillips falls behind, and the pitch count now run up a bit. Even if we don't score, making him throw a lot of pitches is still valuable. Base hit Donovan. Thought we'd see the change right here, but no. Phillips will face Lars Nootbaar still. That's the sweeping curve. He missed inside to Gorman. Got him! So hard to lay off that pitch. Evan Phillips gets out of the inning at last, and we are going to put in Ryan Fernandez. We have not seen him pitch at the big league level in a long time. But we lost Michael Kopech. Helsley, I don't think I want to pitch him in this game with his energy. Diaz is the fresh one. I've just chosen not to pitch him yet. I have him warming up. To me, I don't want to use Diaz for a full inning. If there's, a runner on and 2 outs, I could see it like being a 1-batter outing. But I don't want him starting an inning that we're not leading. It's into center. Tellez is on. Fernandez was actually one of our best relievers very early in the series. He was a low-rated pitcher. That's popped up. And he pitched really well for a short amount of time. Went to AAA and never played well enough to make a serious return. We have a 2-2 count on Brendan Rodgers. Down and away. Taking off is Tellez. He's in to second but thrown out. Just applied the tag. Massively lucky break. But then a walk. And this is where I think, okay, maybe now we make a move. We got Diaz. Now I'd like to see him get in the game. And if this game continues on, he probably will face at least 3 batters. I really didn't want to burn him out, but what we do have as an option is to just rely on Helsley as our closer in Game 7 if it goes there. And we're going to the 11th inning. Lefty Gabe Spire is now in, and so is Trey Sweeney. As Tommy Troy will now hit, and he has not gotten on yet in the postseason. Pretty big to get ahead here and hopefully get something. Troy is so due for a hit. Got him looking. That's a base hit for Geraldo Perdomo. And up comes Nolan Gorman, forcing the extra innings. And now trying to give us the lead. And Gorman rips it foul. Now he lifts it to right. Stay fair. It is back. 2-run lead. And Nolan Gorman says, I'll do it myself. This guy is unbelievable. The best player of the franchise. 6 homers in the postseason. He does it in the 9th. He does it in the 11th. And the World Series has never been closer. A drive from Marsh. Dead center. And caught. Now Contreras will try, but he's under it. A lot of fly balls hit about at that depth. But you know what? Another big Cardinals home run has given us an opportunity. We hold on. We are moving on to the World Series. And how perfect is it Alexis Diaz did not come in until the Shohei Ohtani at bat. It is not a save, but it's really darn close. 4 pitches in. We got the pitcher we want. Here we go. And it's lined. Robert watches it fall. Mookie's on. James Outman representing the tying run for the Dodgers. Another 2-0 count. He reached at 1. Could have been a 3-1 count. We've got 2-2. Low, it's full. Off the plate. 2 on for LA. We need to get some outs. Diaz now 15 pitches in. 11 in this inning. And hangs one. Deep left center. Back on it is Marsh. Gone! Will Smith walk off. And we'll see you in Game 7. It looked like Gorman had punched our ticket after all this time. Alexis Diaz gives up a single, a walk, and a 3-run shot. And I haven't robbed any home runs in this series. Jump looked a little early. I can't believe that. That's how hard it is to get past the LA Dodgers. What a game that was. A wild finish. Unlike anything we've seen. So it's a winner-take-all. Game 7 World Series is on the line. This one's going the full 7 games. Nestor Cortez and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And the pennant is on the line. His energy is not quite 100%. And that really scares me. Benny Matsumoto is fresh. Jeff Hoffman is fresh. Ryan Helsley, he's our closer in Game 7. Alexis Diaz has melted down in the postseason with a 13.5 ERA. Next time in the Cardinals franchise, it is the biggest game of the series by far. Game 7 against the Dodgers. And I will see you all then. Thank you all for watching today's episode. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. and I'll see you again in Game 7. Take care.